Hello, I'm Recoded Zaphod and welcome to episode 4 of my Let's Play series. You might notice behind me, this is not my normal house. It's the same design, but it's in a totally different place. I've come over to this area to do some enderman hunting, and I've built up a house and also farm up some turtles. So I'll show you a bit of the enderman hunting. Show you some of the turtle farming I've been doing, and I'm just going to grab some seagrass to take over with me. You can see I've got some enderpearls now, and I've got all these scoots from the babies growing up, and I've made one turtle shell helmet so far. So I'll just show you what the setup I've got going at the moment. You can see there's quite a few in here now. I just blocked up this area so that no mobs could come in and stomp on the eggs, because zombies do that. And I left some water for them to swim around in. They do seem to be rather attracted to the corners, as if they're trying to get out. So you can see over here, they've got some eggs, which are starting to hatch. You see by the crack lines on them. If I grab these and just go amongst them, start trying to feed them all, hopefully they should start breeding, and we should get some more eggs over here. They always come back to the same beach that they were born on to lay eggs. So they'll all want to lay their eggs back here again. Right, so hopefully some of them will be laying eggs now. And I think it might be about time to let this lot loose, because my main plan was to get some turtles going around the little hut that I built over here. So you can see I silk touched some of the eggs and brought them over, so hopefully these will hatch, and then I'll have a little sort of turtle farm around this island. So I had to block off the water. I've used fences because I think it looks a bit nicer than the blocks I've used over there. So I will set them all free over there. I'll just break all the blocks and let them loose into that bit of water. But I'll wait until some of these have hatched so I know it's all working. So I'm going to go hunt some endermen now. I've got some platforms set up, as you probably saw in the last clip. I might end up with more pearls than I need, but better to be safe than sorry, because of course there's all the pearls which you need to turn into Eyes of Ender for the the end portal frame. But there's also the ones to get there as well. Oh, there's a witch down there. I don't really want to be fighting witches. They throw potions at you, which is quite annoying. So I can't see any right now. So I'm just going to do a quick loop of this area. Hopefully, if I go far enough that way, the ones over there will despawn. And then when I get back round, the ones over here would have despawned and respawned. So it gives me more chances of getting endermen. Ooh, that looks like an enderman just over there. Right, so I'm just gonna take out this guy because he's quite near where I want to stand to get the enderman. So I'm going to go under this platform over here and then look directly at the enderman's face. Just like this. There we go. And get my looting sword out. I've got looting 3 on this sword now, so I can get that. And he dropped 4 ender pearls. I don't think I had any on me, so that's, I think, the maximum drop, so I was lucky. Even with looting 3, I think it's 1 to 4. Whereas normally it's 0 to 1 with no looting on your weapon. So now I'm done hunting endermen this night. I'm gonna head over to my turtle farm and I'm gonna set all the turtles free now because there's quite a few of them and they've got lots of eggs on the shore, and I've got some over in my patch, and there's some more here which I can silk touch to collect, or at least there should be because they were breeding just now. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to do that. So I'm just gonna break all of this. I'll leave the torches down, so I'll stop mob spawning right next to the eggs. So hopefully it will just, you know, come natural and I'll have a whole load of turtles hatching here and running into the ocean. Okay, so the turtles are now free. I've left a little bit of a wall up. I might dig this down a little bit further, just so that it's easy for the turtles to get in and out. But I think I'll leave the bottom of this here just in case I need to cordon off an area of beach again, because it's quite difficult getting all the way down and building it all the way up again.
So this is the future Zaphod talking now, because when I recorded this clip it came out without any audio on it, which is really confusing because the clip afterwards had audio on it just fine. But what I've decided to do is put in another portal out in this field where I've been hunting the enderman, so that I can get back to the main area nice and quickly through the nether, rather than having to row all the way across the ocean every time I want to go back here. I might want to come back here again for both the turtles and because there's a village off in the distance. So at this point I am having to put a corner in so I can put the obsidian in, because I only got 10 obsidian, so I'm having to do the portal without the corners made of obsidian. Having slept, I came back to the portal to light it, because I didn't want to light it during the night time and have a whole load of mobs chasing me. So I needed to grab some flint and steel from the hut, so I slept and did that. I also fought with an enderman on the way, but then I lit the portal and was hoping this would take me to a new place in the nether, which I could then connect up to my home portal. But I discovered this actually took me out at the nether portal from my base. So I concluded that it must have been either floating over the void that the portal should have spawned, or that it was really close to where this one spawned in the nether, so it put me into this one instead, because that's how nether portals work. When I went back through, it took me out back at my home base.
I'm back at this base, and I picked up some obsidian on the way, So now I've got enough to make another portal in the nether. So hopefully if I look at the coordinates and work it out right, I can work out where in the nether the portal that connects to this should be. So I'm going to grab a whole load of stuff that I want to take back to my main island. Right, so then I'm going to go to the portal, work out the coordinates, and try and build the portal in the nether, although I might drop the stuff off first. Standing right next to this portal, I'm going to take the coordinates here. So I'm going to write this down. It's 80, 71, 991. So that's 80, 71, 991. And then in the nether, they should become an eighth of that. But obviously it's near enough when you do that to the other portal in the nether that it just takes me to that one instead. Right, so I'm going to pop straight back into this one, which should take me back to my home base again. Alright, there we go. And then I can drop off all of this stuff. And then I can go back to the nether and place my portal. So I'm just going to take coordinates of this portal here first. So I can check this. It's minus 188, 63. The middle one's not so important. It does use it when it's working, but it doesn't divide it by 8, so it should just remain the same. So mostly it's irrelevant, but sometimes if you have a really high up portal and a really low down portal, you'll notice the difference. Right, so where actually is this? The actual, okay, so it's minus 23 and 61 and then 21. So that looks to be more or less directly underneath the point it should be for my main base portal. Right, so where I want to go is to wherever the other portal should have generated but didn't, which I suspect is going to be in one of these huge air places, which would have then tried to move it inside to one of the sides, which would have been near enough to get to this one. At least I think that's probably what happened. So I want to go this way, I think, because I want to head south a bit. I think I want this coordinate to get to 10, which is convenient. It's just about here. So I might just go round because my other one is going this way, I think, and I think I want to get that to 124-ish. Right, so that's going to be over there somewhere. I'm going to head round, watching out for ghasts. I want 124, and then I think I wanted, was it 10? So it's just over here, which I'm really surprised it took me all the way to my portal, which is all the way through there. I suppose it just must be right at the edge of the limit of moving it across, I guess. Right, so I think here, and spot there, is where I want the portal. I just put this on now, and then for the moment of truth, I'm going to step in and see if I end up in the field where I've been hunting Endermen. Hey, I did. Awesome. And I thought that spider was about to attack me then. Oh, the spider's gone through. Okay. So I might grab some more of my stuff, take it back through the portal, and possibly lay down a cobblestone path so I can see where to go in the nether. I've stocked up on stuff I want to bring back now. A lot of it's mob drops, and I had some clay as well, which I picked up round here, which I didn't have any of back at the main base, so I'm going to take that back. So, oh, and there's a spider, which doesn't want me to leave the portal by the looks of it. I'll just take him out, I guess. Right, there we go. And then I'm going to do this and try and find a nice safe path back. So was it here? And then I made a little bit of a staircase. I might try and just even this out a bit, so I've got a nice set of steps going down. If I take stuff back now, then I can come back and put this staircase in. And I want a little bridge around here, I think. Saves going all the way over here, just every time. And then I don't risk jumping into that hole either. And voila! I've put in a little cobble road from that portal, which takes me to the Enderman hunting fields along here, with a little bridge over here so I don't risk falling in here, and I've filled in around here, so there's still a hole down there, so if I need to go down I can, but I'm not likely to fall in now, so I can just go back this way and then through there and back to my portal around there. It does need to be made to look a bit prettier. I think I've got quite a bit of prettification to be doing, because I've got this, I've got where the portal comes out on my home island base, and I've also got the bit across by the farms across to the animal pens, where I want to put in a bridge of some sort so I don't just have the single line of dirt leading across there. So I think at some point I'm going to have a prettification video where I just make everything look a lot nicer. I have noticed that during the course of doing all these things and fighting all the Endermen and all the monsters, my armour has taken quite a bit of a beating, and I think part of that might be because I didn't actually get unbreaking on any of it, so it's taken quite a bit of damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another set of armour, try and enchant it up, hopefully get unbreaking on some of them, and then combine them in the anvil, and that will both repair the armour I've got here, but will also give it unbreaking 3, so it will last a bit longer next time. And then hopefully it will last long enough that I can get a villager trading hall going, get some books of mending, so I can then make a set of armour with mending on it, which I can mend through experience farms. So I'm going to grab these diamonds, make a suit of armour, and see what enchantments I can get on it. Right, so helmet, leggings, chest plate, and boots. Right, so let's see what I can get on them at the moment. Thorns, I'm breaking 2 in protection, so I don't think I want to be enchanting that just yet. Let's see with legs. Legs can get unbreaking 3, so that's one option. Respiration I already have on my helmet, only unbreaking 2. So then the footprints, depth strider 3, I already got on my boots I believe, so I think it's leggings next. First, before I actually do this enchanting, I'm going to need to get some experience points. So I've got these here which have been smelting things, so I could use them to get some experience out of, but I might first try breeding up my animals and killing off some animals, both of which give experience points. So I haven't got that much wheat, so I'll go harvest the wheat and then use that to feed the animals.
So I'm going to do this bit as a quick time lapse because, well, harvesting lots of wheat and replanting it isn't the most interesting thing in the world. So yeah, this is my first attempt at time lapses, and hopefully the video comes out alright. You might notice in the background you can see a few more islands than you could before, and that's because I discovered that it's possible to adjust some of my settings and increase the render distance while still maintaining a reasonable frame rate. Most of the settings that I ended up adjusting were through Optifine, which is the same thing which allows me to zoom in on things, which you might have seen me do once or twice in these episodes. It's particularly useful because it helps the game load a bit better, and it does allow some other features as well, but the main one is improved visual stuff and increases in frame rate, or in this case I could increase the render distance instead, which I found to be quite nice, so I can see off into the distance a bit.
So I got quite a lot from that farming, so now I need to take this over and feed it to my chickens, cows and sheep. Then they'll breed and I'll get some experience from that, and then if any of them have an excess, which I think they might at the moment, I've got rather a lot, I can kill some off and get some experience from that as well. Just throw these away. Right, so I'll let myself into here without... Oh, okay, I should close that. I just hold down and feed all of them seeds. Okay, so a good place to start with getting rid of some, now I've tried feeding all of them to breed, is the ones that have overflowed already. So I just do this. There's a couple little ones out, I want to leave them because you don't get any experience from killing the babies animals. And then if I just try and take out a few of these, I should end up getting some experience from that as well. I might go in with the sword, so it's got sweeping attacks. And hopefully I won't get too many of the baby chickens, I'll only get the adult chickens. And you can see I'm getting a fair bit of experience from doing this. I'm at least aiming at the big chickens. Sweeping attacks are sometimes getting some of the little ones as well. But I just need to keep enough chickens to breed up next time. Right, let's go into the cows, and I can't get in because there's so many of them. Right, here we go. And oh no, I got pushed out again. Right, so I'm just gonna go in with a sword first, and then I'll breed whichever ones are left, I think. I've got rid of quite a lot of the cows. I haven't fed them up yet, but I'm running out of space in my inventory, so as I've actually got 30 levels, I'm gonna go back now, enchant one thing, and then I can always come back and feed them if I want more experience to enchant another thing, because lower levels take less experience points to climb up, so it's actually quicker to climb 3 levels from 27 to 30 rather than from 30 to 33. So I'm going to put the leggings in, and I'm going to get Unbreaking 3 on them, and they also got fire protection, which I think is actually an issue because I don't think it combines with protection, normal protection. So I'm not sure if I can then combine these. Oh, I can. And it keeps the normal protection if I do it in that order. If I do it in that order, okay, so it doesn't do it in that order. It will only do it that way around. Okay, so that's ready for when the leggings get low enough to need repairing. So now I'm going to check if any of these are getting Unbreaking 3. Okay, so that's getting protection 4, but I think my chestplate already had that. So I'm just going to put my damaged armour over this side so I can work out what I already have. The helmet definitely needs replacing soon, so that needs checking. And helmet gives Unbreaking 3. So helmet I wanted, and that gives Unbreaking. And it gives protection 4, which that helmet already had, so it might be a little bit wasteful, but oh well. So that's going to need to be combined. I'm going to do that now because it's below 100 toughness, and that gives it Unbreaking. So it cost quite a lot of levels, but I think that's worth it. And this helmet should last a bit longer. That's going to be it for this episode. I've been Recoded Zaphod, and thanks for watching.